Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of my Minecraft Let's Play for Breakout mod pack. As you can see, I did get an anvil, did a little bit of resource gathering between episodes, literally just enough to get the anvil so that I could put the Civ Fortune and Civ Efficiency books that we got earlier onto the diamond mesh, which will make things a whole lot easier going forward. I did also make a hopping bonsai and a solid survivalist strainer, dense one. That is because it just straight up gives me sand, dirt, some tiny coal, and gravel, so I get dirt much faster. That I've kind of let idle for a long time. But for the survivalist strainer, I didn't get it that long ago, but I've already got 5 more dirt, so I can expand this now. There we go. And the one thing that I am the happiest about, an elevator. These are made with just 8 wool and an ender pearl, and that'll get you one elevator. So you need 16 wool and 2 ender pearls to actually use them the way they're meant to be used. So that did allow me to get rid of the god-awful ladders that were here. So now that that little bit's out of the way, as well as also made it a little easier to automate putting stuff into this. Not too automated, honestly. It's kind of semi-auto. But all you do is just click whenever something's ready. Put the redstone, glowstone, whatever in here, and it'll automatically feed it, and you're good to go. So I did that a little bit in order to get the ender pearls, because I had to get quite a bit of endstone because of RNG. I did take all of the materials that I did have already ready to process, and I put them in the small storage crate that I made between episodes as well. Put it under the pulverizer with configuration of blue-orange on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and disable that. And good thing about the pulverizer in this version and onward, auto input and auto output. Auto input, you don't have to have any sort of item ducts anymore, like in previous versions did. I don't know if that was intended, or if I'm just stupid because I could never get it to actually work that way. But I did, there we go, start making a couple of the things needed between episodes to progress further into the quests. So first one we're going to work on is the induction smelter right here. So I need some glass. I don't think I have iron. I think I spent it all on the anvil. I'm good at math. Let's see. So I got the glass. One thing that I will probably need, because I'll need hardened glass for some stuff later on, i.e. the magma crucible, will be obsidian. That is made in the induction smelter with a pulverized lead and 4 pulverized obsidian, which you get 4 for 1, so it's still technically 1 obsidian to 1 lead gets you 2 hardened glass, as you see here. But I don't really have a good way to automate obsidian. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bucket, make some more of those because I'll need them. Bucket of water here, take that up here. Place that there. And I'm not going to get a lot. I'll probably get like 6 maybe. Let's see here. Oh, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these tanks hold a little more than or float ducts hold a little more than I thought they did. Okay, so I got 13 before running out. And I had about 3 in there, so these hold about 10, roughly. And let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each one seems to hold about 2 buckets worth. Yeah, that works. Let's make myself another axe, since that one decided it was going to break. I really should make an iron one, but I don't feel like it. Because once I get enough stuff starting on automated, I'm not going to need to be breaking slabs anymore. Let's go ahead and put you here. Let's organize my inventory a little bit. Get rid of that. Those. That'll work. It's all good. Come over here. That's still going. There's the iron. Alright. Let's swap out that for... yeah, 6 will do. And we'll wait for that to process. And we'll go ahead and take a look at this. So I need to get... I'm just going to go ahead and move this in there because that's where a majority of my necessary items are at the moment. Alright, so I need you... I'm just going to bring all my crafting stuff in here. Eventually, when I get a AE system, I won't need to do this. Let's go ahead and get all those, that, and we'll put that here. Yeah. Alright, induction smelter, need a redstone reception coil, machine frame, 2 sand. To be fair, I probably could have done this faster by hand, but there we go. Alright, now we got an induction smelter, and the first thing it wants us to make is some hardened glass. Surprise, surprise. Let's go ahead and place that down. Now, the induction smelter here can be used as a faster, somewhat better redstone furnace. If we click on the arrow here, left click, it'll show recipes. So if you take the cinnabar, which I'm actually getting from pulverizing, I believe gold, then you can take and triple your ores. Not too worth it in my opinion, just because of how uncommon cinnabar is in this. Now if you were playing a normal world with an overworld, nether, everything, all that stuff, then yes, I would say kind of try to prioritize getting as much cinnabar as you can. That way you have a good ore triplication process going on. But you'll see you also get some rich slag and some regular slag as byproducts at varying percentages depending on what you're doing. You can make your alloys a lot easier without having to pulverize them into dust and combine them in a crafting grid first and all that. But you can also, use sand as kind of the metallurgical flux in order to get some of the materials back from items. Not all of them will give you everything back, like a bucket. It does give you all 3, but shears, you see it takes 2, but only gives you 1 and some slag. So it's not too worth it in my opinion to decraft things. I mean, like minecart with a chest, you lose an iron from that. But there's still a lot of like alloys and stuff that you can make with this. You can duplicate using just sand any ores that you have, or can you do it with the ore chunks? Yes. No. Yes. Yeah. That'll get you a little bit of rich slag, which can be used to make rich phyto grow, some other things as well. Used in the induction smelter in place of sand or the cinnabar, and kind of triplicate as well. Still not really worth it, in my opinion. So what I do is just always turn that off, and then I'll come over here, because right now what we're wanting to make is some... Where is it? Do I have any more lead? I do not. We are wanting to make some hardened glass. Really? Do I not have any other ore chunks? Okay. And to do that, you need to put some lead dust and obsidian in the smelter. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the dust, right? Is that right? No, looks like this recipe does require it both to be dust. Depending on the mod pack, some will let you do the ingot and actual obsidian, or just the ingot and dust, but looks like this one requires dust and dust. So, oh, I did have more than I thought. Let's bring that to that. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Don't know why the hopper was in there. But yeah, we will clear that off, and I'm making that now. So let's go ahead and start with making the magma crucible. Now what do I need here? I need another reception coil. Do I have tin in here? Yes, I do. I'm just going to go ahead and smelt all that and then turn that into gears. Even though I have gears here, so I'm not going to turn them. Like that. And you'll notice something quite nice. Did I get rid of them? I don't remember where I put them. Okay. You'll notice something quite nice. This room is made of nether bricks, so you don't have to go and get 8 netherrack, make nether bricks, put them together into the block form. Is that how it's intended? Maybe. I don't know. If not, oh well, I'm doing it. Now, I am going through quite a lot of lava here. As you can see, I am very low on power. Or I'm getting low. I'm about half in this, and then this thing is kicked on to supplement these machines running as much as they are. Now, the base version of these machines only pulls 20. And they slow down really, really slow when they're low, till eventually they just stop. But if you, as you can see, this one and this one both do have the hardened upgrade on them, so they do use a little bit more power, but because they have the upgrade, you're able to get a little bit more out of them because of that. Go ahead and take that, and now that I have that, clear that off, and we'll make ourselves a magma crucible. Let's go ahead and collect some stuff. This also wants me to make a fluid transposer. I'll take that off. Do I have everything for you? You. And I need some more iron. So, because of that, and the fact that I am extremely low on iron, i.e. this is my last piece, I'm going to make some gravel, and in between cuts just get a little more resources going. So I will meet you back here in just a minute and make the fluid transposer and set that all up. Alright, got all the stuff now to make the fluid transposer. Let's go ahead and grab the reservoir as the quest reward. We will hold off on doing this. Eventually I will do it, but not right now. So what this quest here, which gives us a pick of choice, allowing us to open another cardinal direction. I think I will go ahead and do the actually additions next. But what this wants is a signalum, lumium, and enderium ingot. So if we take a look at those ingots real quick, where are the ingots themselves? Signalum, lumium, and enderium. Signalum here requires signalum blend. Lumium and enderium also require blend, but it is a bucket of destabilized redstone, silver dust, or pulverized silver, and 3 pulverized copper. Now, we get the bucket of destabilized redstone from 1,000 mil buckets in a fluid transposer, which we get the liquid form of redstone, which is destabilized, by putting it in the magma crucible. Now, you can get 100 per dust. If you're in a regular world, you can find this destabilized calthrate. That gives you 250, and if you have the destabilized ore, which is the silk touch version of the destabilized calthrate, you get a bucket per. But we will go ahead and just get a block of redstone and a single dust, because right now all I'm going to make is just the 1 signalum. And where do I want to put this? I think I'm actually going to move this right here, get the magma there, and the fluid there. I'm going to open this, have it auto push. Now it will take quite a while, because it is basically doing 9 operations of the redstone dust at once, so that will be a while. We'll go ahead and do that, and right now it is in fill mode, so oh right, I used the other bucket for that. Let's go put this away. Put that in there. Once we get to Ender IO, we will have a much better way to get water. We could with thermal, using their aqueous accumulator. I don't like it. It's not bad, but personally, I don't prefer it if I can. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It still takes up the same amount of space as what Ender IO's version will, but I don't know, I really don't like... If I have the option, I prefer Ender IO almost all the time. We'll see, this is almost done here. One thing that I will definitely be doing between episodes is getting the resonant ender needed for the enderium blend, so we will not be finished with this quest this episode. But that also needs pulverized platinum and lead. Tell me I did not do all the lead. Good, I still have some. But this requires a bucket as well, and the lumium requires a bucket of glowstone. Glowstone won't be hard. Easy to come by. If I really need to, I can go and come up here and break this glowstone. Not going to, because I think I have enough elsewhere. Okay, I'll eventually get in there. Yeah, I've got enough of that. But the resonant ender, I need 4 ender pearls. How many ender pearls do I have? Let's just take a look. So, none there. None there. I have a quarter of one there. Any in here? None. So, I have a quarter of an ender pearl. And that's it. So, I will definitely be working on that between episodes. Good, that's done. But we will go ahead and get the lumium as well as the signalum done. And this just requires 4 of those. So as you can see, the single piece already done. Now I need, for the signalum, I need polarized silver and 3 copper. Good. And I need another polarized silver for the aluminum and 3 tin. Take that tin ingot and I'll put that in there. We will go ahead and make the signalum blend there. And I'll put that in there so that when this is done, which this takes about the same time as the redstone does to make. Now, do I have to put you in the induction smelter? Yes, I do. So I will need some sand for that. I'll just do it by hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or, you know, if I'd used my brain, I could have went over to where my strainer is, and I'd be able to grab some from there. Or the sand in my inventory. That also works. Because I know I'm going to need it for the aluminum. Almost there. But we now have the signalum done, so I'll take that off. And we'll go ahead and click the detect submit. I'll take 1 out of the inventory. Put that there. Give me that tin. And you are almost done. Come on. A little more. There we go. Fill that. That's quick at least. Get the aluminum. And we'll put you in here. I didn't have to wait for that, but I wanted to. So we'll detect that. Now, like I said, I will work on getting the resonant ender between episodes. So, what I'm going to work on in the meantime, before episodes start, I'm getting tired of doing it by hand. An auto sieve. So let's see, what all do I need left? I need some glowstone glass. That's easy. Glass panes. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. And the only thing I need now is to grab my axe out of here. There you are. Take that. And we'll break that. Give me that. You can see I have a lot in there, so I've been doing it a little bit, not too much, but more than I want to anymore. And I could work on making the steel between episodes as well, but I'm not going to. And that has also allowed me to complete a quest I saw earlier, auto sieve. Nah, I don't need that. Now, because I know that it is a quest, I'll make a mess here and go ahead and get the hammering one. Nope, I'll use the gravel because I've got more of that. There we go. I'll take the hammer and put it back. Do that. Now, it will run without a hammer here, but depending on the hammer that you have, it is much faster. And you can put 2 so that it lasts longer. I don't think it actually does speed it up anymore by putting a second one in there, but I could also be wrong. I haven't really paid too much attention to it. Now, for the main attraction, the auto sieve here, which, where do I want to put this? Do I have any more of those leadstone flux ducts? Yes, I do. Alright, so we will put the sieve right here. And you notice it's got a little guy in there. You can, if you're so inclined, use the name tag in an anvil name it to the player you want, be it yourself, a friend, some random YouTuber you like, doesn't matter who, and it will actually change the little dude in here to them. As you see, it says no mesh. Good thing about this mod, if you have a mesh with enchantments on it, you can put it in there, and it will use those. Now, you'll see this is faster than what he usually does, because if you notice those green particles when I was eating, you can actually feed him. You can feed your little buddy in here, and that will speed him up. This right here is the regular speed with the efficiency 2 mesh. Now, if I were to take that mesh out, and we'll waste some resources. Now, if it's in the middle of making or processing something, it'll just give a gravel in place, or whatever's being processed in place of it. See, it got the gravel back. This is incorrect. We'll put a sand there. This is the base speed. The absolute base speed. Thank you for not actually giving me anything. I love you. This is the efficiency 2 speed, without being fed. So not too bad. And depending on the saturation of what you feed said thing with, which I don't know why it shows steak at such a low saturation there. It's not supposed to be, but okay. You can see up at the top there you get the speed boost. With the cooked salmon it was 5.5, steak it's 7. Much faster. Much faster. And yeah, that's going to be definitely something for early use of that you'll want to use, is get some excess food and just start feeding it. A decent one is potatoes, but since I have them, raw salmon and fish, I'll just smelt those up. And I'll use the rest of the steak to actually just fly through all this and get some materials between the episodes. So that will just about do it for this episode. I'm going to sit here, kind of babysit this a little bit. Once it gets full, I'll take it and just move it into a chest. Not going to process it yet. Got something for next episode on that. And I'm also going to be working towards getting more ender pearls. That way we can get the enderium done. But I will work through a couple things between episodes and get some stuff ready, and we'll see you then. So like, comment, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later.